Hey, I'm Steve Vignanti, and welcome to SteveMags.com. My first ever attempt at a website. I figure it's the 21st century, why not? I've teamed up with the guys from Fatfoot Films to create basically a website that you can tune into on a daily or a weekly basis and see what's new in my life. We'll be shooting videos, how-tos, also road trips, and offer some things to sell if you want to buy on our website here at SteveMags.com. Now, I was born in 1964, and one thing that happened that year that was amazing was the introduction of the 426 Chrysler Hemi. As a kid, I grew up adoring and worshiping the Hemi motor as being one of the most potent engines of the muscle car era. But I love all muscle cars, from Pontiac GTOs to Chevelle Super Sports to Buick Grand Sports, Grand Nationals, you name it. If it's an American muscle car, I love it. Now, I do a lot of my work at the Barrett-Jackson Collector Car Auctions. Also been a writer for Hot Rod and Carcraft magazines for almost 15 years now, and I'm still very active in the world of writing about cars. And of course, the next Scottsdale auction is coming up in another couple of weeks, Barrett-Jackson, so watch for us on that. Of course, by the time you see this, it might have already happened, but keep in mind, you'll see me on the Barrett-Jackson shows 4 times a year. But that's not all I do. My other thing in life is altered wheelbase funny cars, working on them, racing them, and enjoying them, and building them. So let's take a walk through my life here at SteveMags.com. In addition to muscle cars, one of my favorite things is the altered wheelbase funny car. Now that's something that came along in the mid-60s as drag racers tried to get more and more traction with the inferior drag slicks of the day. This is the Wilshire Shaker. It's a 63 Chevy Nova, which I've turned into a replica of an altered wheelbase funny car. Did this when I was at Hot Rod magazine, maybe about 10, 12 years ago. But you can see here the rear wheel opening is very much larger than stock. That's because I moved the rear axle forward 10 inches and the front axle forward 4 inches to transform it into a funny car. It does great wheelies, also hooks up real good and runs 1140s and 116. In fact, Mattel loved this car so much they did a 1/64th scale replica of it in their Hot Wheels Drag Strip Demons line. I was flattered. Now, if you want to learn more about these cars, I've written a book, How to Build Altered Wheelbase Cars, and done 2 DVDs. You can check them out right here at SteveMags.com. And also, I've got 2 other cars, a 63 Dart called the Rampage, which is fully altered, has a 512-inch max range, and also a more modern take on the altered wheelbase phenomenon, the funny Fairmont, an 81 Ford Fairmont with a 4.6-liter Cobra motor in it. You be the judge if that one works or not, but you can check them out right here at SteveMags.com. To pay for all these habits and hobbies, I do the Barrett-Jackson TV shows and also some other television stuff, but also a big part of my life is writing for car magazines, Hot Rod, Carcraft, Muscle Car Review, Mopar Muscle, and I just recently finished a book called Rusted Muscle. Basically, it's a look-see at derelict muscle cars that we shot in junkyards from coast to coast, looking at muscle cars on the other end of the show field, basically toward the end of their dying days. Of course, this is coming out in June of 2013. This is Steve Vignanti's 1001 Muscle Car Trivia Facts, and this is an exclusive first look at the cover. This is called the cover dummy, and basically it'll look like this. George Trosley, the noted cartoonist, did that cartoon. I'm very honored to have done that for me. Very cool. But again, it's not all about work. It's also about play. One of my favorite things is model cars. Let's go have a look. There are 2 ways to build a model car. With full detail, you've got to put the time into it, or straight out of the box. I love them both. Back when I was younger, I had more time. I would actually invest the time in putting spark plug wires, fine paint, chassis detail, all of those things, brake lines, battery cables, all that stuff. You can do it in 1/25th scale, but it takes time. So what I also do, just to keep current and to be able to build the current models that come out, I build them right out of the box. A great example is this. This is the Revell Skipper's Critter. It's a 51 Anglia gasser. And when I was a kid, I tried this kit. I just did not have the skill or the ability to put it together. But now, got the hood to work, the doors open. It's nice. And again, right out of the box, you can sit there and watch TV. 5 hours later, you've got a model car. Use super glue, really important. Now, I built a lot of these cars. They're kicking around at my house. And if you want to buy one, we do sell them here at SteveMags.com. Every week we'll be upgrading and updating the videos, the stories, the articles. You'll see all kinds of stuff, and we'll have more merchandise. So again, check us out on a weekly basis here at SteveMags.com. Thanks for visiting.